Hello everybody, I'm Marco, this is Marco Has a Plan, and today I'm in my server room in my lab, and I'm going to do something that will hopefully save me some money in the future, because I am going to convert this switch stack into a single switch, and I'm going to tell you why right now. So I just turned around the camera and I want to show you something right here. So this thingy tells me the current power consumption of the rack. It is connected over there. So after that, so the plug you can see back there actually goes to my AP UP to my UPS, right, to my APC UPS, and so the first number up here actually tells you how much power I am consuming at the moment. So this is 210 watts. 210 watts for this switch stack right here for the admin PC, which is running right now, but which is normally turned off. For my Synology, the server is not running at the moment, and there's only one power supply connected right now. And I guess the UPS should not draw that much power right now for itself. And the other stuff I have here is there I have the PF Sense, the modem, and over there my access point. So not really a lot of stuff, but we are still consuming 210 watts. So without doing anything, basically, this is at the moment this is only providing internet access for my apartment over in the other house, and this is really a lot of power. So the plan is to basically remove one of those switches. So I'm going to remove this switch, or I'm going to shut it off. But before I can do that, I have to reconfigure everything. So link aggregations I have here, I can either deactivate or I can just put them up here, as long as the link aggregation is not for failover but for bandwidth, for better bandwidth. So let's just take a look at what I have connected here, and we start, or let's just tell you the VLANs I have set up here. So I have basically a group of Ethernet connections here that are all at the same VLAN. So the first 6 ports on both switches are actually trunk ports. Then we have 6 ports of VLAN 16, so the server VLAN. Then I have 4 ports of VLAN 12, 4 ports of VLAN 30, 4 ports of VLAN 30, and 4 ports of VLAN 200, which does not really matter anymore because VLAN 200 does not exist anymore. So aggregation number 1. Server doesn't run at the moment, so not really that important right now. Aggregation number 2 right here is the PF Sense. A little more important, and I really don't want to screw anything up right here. But as you know, the APU 2C4 I have installed, when the firewall is activated, actually cannot exceed a bandwidth of let's say 800 megabits for the LAN port. So this aggregation is only for failover and does not have any bandwidth, it can never reach 2 gigabit. Okay, no more aggregations right here. This port goes over to the server as well, and this here is a trunk port that goes to the Wi-Fi bridge. What we have here, these 2 ports, 2 red cables, are a link aggregation in the server VLAN, and they go to my Synology. The red one up here goes to the admin PC, VLAN 12. The one down here goes to my access point, VLAN 12, and the yellow one over here goes to the server, to the iDRAC port, to the management port. So what is important? Important would be this connector, because it does my Wi-Fi at the moment, but I can just unplug that and plug it in in the upper switch, and we should not have problems there. This one is kind of important because it goes to my Synology. As I said, server not really that important, but pfSense is important. So I'm going to go to my PC. I have PC set up right here. It's already gone to sleep, and I guess I have to... No, do I have to? No, I don't have to log in again. I'm already connected to my switch stack, and now I have to configure everything so I can remove all the cables from the bottom one and connect them to the top one. And let's just say this is a before shot, so we are between 215 to 220 watts. It always depends a little on the load of the admin PC. That's the thing that does the most. So let's say we are at 215 watts. So let's see how much it still is when the second switch is actually turned off. Okay, so I have removed everything from down here. The yellow ones are the ones from the server. The server is running right now, so that doesn't matter at the moment. And here we are. These two pfSense, these two Synology, and then we have the access point, the admin PC, and the iDRAC controller. And down here we still have the Wi-Fi bridge, so this side of the Wi-Fi bridge. And as I said, these do not matter, but something has changed. I think the Synology is doing something, because my power consumption actually went up. As you can see here, we are at 234 watts right now. But the other thing that I realized is that I have these things in there. Oh man. I know what these are called. SFPs. SFPs. The SFPs. SFPs? Right, I guess SFPs. So these are in there, but we have fiber SFPs in here, but they are not doing anything. And so just, I tried this before, and I'm going to remove each one of them. So let's see what happens to the power consumption then. So I'm removing number one now. And number two, I'm removing now. Oops. Number three. And number four. And as you can see, it's not much, but I guess it's 2 watts. Between 2 and 3 watts is it, just by removing these things. And I'm going to leave them removed. I'm going to put them somewhere, but I do not need these things right now. So this switch is actually still running. You can see it. LEDs are still on. And I'm going to remove the power cord right now. So let's just see what happens there. And doesn't that look nice? Just like that, we are down to 180 watts. Or to 200 and 210. I guess something is running here. Something is doing something. I guess it's might be the Synology, might be the PC right here, but something does something right here. So, but still, we have gone down a bit. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down the admin PC for now, because the admin PC is usually not running. It's only running when I'm actually over here and I do something. So we could just go over here, close this off, and go to shut down. The Windows version over here is actually in English. That's something I already did. So let's take a look, and it's down. and now we are down to 160 watts. Still not perfect. I guess one of these switches consumes between 50 and 60 watts when it runs. And yeah, I have not connected that much to it. So at the moment I have 3, 5, 8. There are 8 cables connected to it. And yeah, we are still at 160 watts. So we were at 200, 210. So I guess the admin PC is consuming a lot of power here. And 160 to 215 watts actually almost is the consumption of the second switch. So yeah, just so much for that. So that's it for now. This thing is switched off. We got the power consumption down to about 160 watts without the server running. So when the server is actually running, we might reach 250 watts, I guess, with a little luck, not more. And I can turn the server on and off remotely, that's not a problem. And I really have to do some configuration because the server has no network connections at the moment except for the yellow one, the iDrag. So I can actually, as I said, turn it on and off. Yeah, so much for now. Next thing on the agenda will be, I guess, the Synology. Synology has 4 LAN ports. I'm using 2 at the moment. I want to get to 4, but I do not know if I leave it at VLAN 16 or if I go with a trunk or if I do both. I guess I'll see, because I want to use the Synology as my Active Directory server, and I have to switch hands, switch arms, and I want to basically virtualize a second Synology DSM and basically install the Active Directory as Samba. I guess it's based on Samba 4 on there, and I want to set up everything there. And yeah, I want it to be reliable and relatively easy to manage, so I guess we'll see. So that's all for now. I want to keep this as short as possible, even though I'm over 10 minutes. So if you would like to see how this is moving on, how this is progressing in here with my lab, which I try to build in here, stay tuned, leave a comment, subscribe, the bell icon, you know how it works, and I see you next time. So thanks for watching.